Hello, hello. See, I don't know what happened there. My PC just crashed for some reason, so let's see what I missed, if anything. Loki would probably betray Thor. I can't go any higher than that. I drew Super Gogeta. That's pretty cool. I stopped the stream to watch hentai. that is not the case. Gotta go to the dentist. Okay, fair enough, dude. I hope that goes okay for you. Nick, how's it going, dude? So yeah, we are back up. PC crashed. Not sure why. Hopefully it will be okay now, but it's typical. I normally only ever have problems in the morning with my internet connection being temperamental. I've never actually had my PC just straight up die on me during a stream, so sorry about that, guys. I don't even remember what round are we in. Are we in a new prelim? I'm not entirely sure where we got up to. McDonald's? What? Okay, yeah, so we're in the prelims. So, and we've still got 2 people to go. So we've still got a little bit of a ways to get through this one. You're back up. Yeah, it should be. Everything on my end says that it's up and running. So maybe refresh the page or something if it's not working for you, because everything on this end shows that it is. So Mars Ningen versus Mars Saiyan. Who would win? Well, Mars Saiyan I assume would win, since he is a Saiyan after all, and if Dragon Ball Z taught us anything, it's that the humans can't really keep up with the Saiyans, can they? So is Ultimate Gohan good, the Int one? The Int one is probably the best one other than the Strength one, and he should get an easy 8 at some point as well. So Goku fans, when someone says Saitama can beat him, OMG no, Goku base can blink and win. Yeah, that's another thing that I've talked about before, is the fact that Saitama's not really a character that you can put in versus battles against other people, because he's kind of a joke character. Like, the whole point of his character, even up to where we are in the manga, because obviously there's only been 1 season of the anime, but I have carried on reading the manga, and the whole point of his character is that he beats everybody in 1 punch. So you can't really put him in a versus battle against somebody else, because if it's in the One Punch Man universe, then presumably Saitama would just win with 1 punch. But I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to scale him. What, you're not a Saiyan? My life is a lie. I am not. I am just a filthy Ningen. I mean, I guess the Saiyans are also Ningens, because it can mean mortal or human, I guess. But my friend got Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Well, I'm very jealous. I have tried very hard on all of the banners that he's been on and never managed to pull Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, so Beerus can Hakai One Punch Man. Well, maybe. Although I'm sure, I can't remember, I think it was in yet another Seth the Programmer video, but I think one of the explanations is that Beerus can't necessarily Hakai anyone. Like, he can't Hakai somebody more powerful than him. Gag fighting does not work on a God of Destruction. Oh yeah, because they had that weird Arale episode of Dragon Ball Super, didn't they? Where they actually made a joke about gag fighters. So the fight with Saitama and the Alien King is just, yeah, it absolutely is. The last episode of the anime, like, every now and then I just re-watch that episode. I also really like the fact that they they play the opening theme song, but they don't show the opening credits. They just keep you going like with the fight and just play the opening credits in the background. I thought that was really cool. What's up, guys? It's the Game Theorist here, back with another video. Today's video is Mustingen. Wanna be jealous? I pulled an SR Krillin. Oh, you hashtag Krillin it. Goku is the very thick. Is he? But yeah, I think one of the things that we were just starting to discuss when it crashed out last time was the Goku versus Thor, which I think would definitely be interesting. I guess it depends what it comes back to that same comic book characters thing where there's so many Thor comics. I'm sure there is a version of Thor in the comics that is so ridiculously powerful that he would be able to beat Goku. Who knows, but that's just a theory, a game theory. Now, I do like versus battle kind of things, but I do find that a lot of the time they either just get completely one-sided by fanboys who whine and complain if their favourite character doesn't win and don't actually take into account like feats and stuff, or it just becomes endless arguing back and forth of like what is canon, like what should and shouldn't be considered, when they're really just supposed to be a bit of fun. Like, it doesn't actually matter who would supposedly beat somebody else. So, Gogeta says, I subbed to you. Oh yeah, I did know the counter has gone up. You must have your... I mentioned this in the stream yesterday. I didn't actually know it was a thing when I first made my account, but there's a thing in your settings where your subscriptions will be set to private, so people can't see who you're subscribed to. And if you have that set, then when you subscribe to somebody in a stream like this, it won't come up with the alert that says you've subscribed, like on the screen, because it's set to private. So, in Super, when Beerus Sakai Zamasu, do you think he was already immortal? Because if he died, then he would have never got the Super Dragon Balls. Super never answered that. Well, no, because he... my understanding was that the Zamasu that got Hokkai'd, that's it, he just ceases to exist. But the other Zamasu is from a different timeline, isn't he? Because the time travel in Dragon Ball Z is not like what you would usually consider time travel. It's more that every time someone like time travels or whatever, it creates alternate timelines. So, as far as I was aware, the Zamasu that gets Hokkai'd just ceases to exist at that point. But I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've watched the earlier episodes. I've been re-watching through the dub with my girlfriend because she prefers to watch the dubbed version. But we've only just got up to the bit where like Goku's met Zamasu for the first time, so we need to catch up on that a little bit. But could Goku pick up Thor's hammer? Oh wait, his hammer is broken. That is a good point. Again, I feel like the Thor's hammer thing is kind of a comic book like MacGuffin where no one can pick it up except Thor unless the story calls for somebody else to pick it up. So who knows? Hey Marsningen, I got a Switch. Oh, what, the console? That's pretty cool. I definitely my girlfriend has one, so I'm kind of looking forward to the new Smash Bros. I think somebody mentioned it earlier before my thing crashed, but it would be pretty cool if Goku was a character, although I don't think that's going to happen. So the dub is great other than Black turning posh British. Oh yeah, no, I absolutely hate that. Like, I think his base form dub voice is actually okay. I know a lot of people don't like that either, but I quite like it, but I don't like his Rosé voice. So do I have Xenoverse 2? I do have Xenoverse 2 on the Xbox. 1v1 me. I would probably lose. I'm really bad at it. I like playing the PQs and stuff with one of my friends, but I am terrible at PvP. I don't think I've ever won a one-on-one, so... The guy that I play it with, my friend from work, Jake, absolutely just destroys me every time we fight each other. So I genuinely just do the PvE. I'm very much looking forward to Xenoverse 3. So can we actually find another Broly? Well, let's take the easy A1. Why not? I mean, movie for Thor where you have to be worthy. Yeah, I think again it kind of depends, but because like, isn't there's that deleted scene where the Avengers are all hanging out and everyone tries to pick up the hammer and nobody can, but Captain America makes it like shake just a little bit, and Thor looks a bit concerned. But again, I feel like a lot of that is just plot, like just for fun. So one question that I have actually always thought was quite interesting, not to like turn the stream into like a versus battle thing, but be interested to see what you guys think. So one versus battle that I've always thought would be quite interesting, because the characters seem really close to me in power in terms of the feats that they have achieved, and like the things that happen in their various fights in the show, is Full Power Bojack versus Perfect Cell. Because the end of the Bojack movie is very, very similar to the end of the Cell saga. Like, basically, both Bojack and Cell, like, absolutely beat the crap out of all of the Z Warriors. Their minions beat everybody up. Then Gohan finally powers up to Super Saiyan 2, one-shots all of the minions, and then beats Bojack and or Cell. So the way they get taken out is incredibly similar. So I think the idea of a versus battle between them would be quite interesting, personally. Cell would win, he pushed Gohan to the edge. Well, the only other thing that's different as well is the fact that, so even though Gohan seemingly defeats Bojack easier once he powers up, you have to remember that fight, like the Bojack movie, is set after the Cell games, which means that Gohan would have picked up a pretty substantial Zenkai boost, so the Gohan in the movie is more powerful than the Gohan who fought Cell. So I feel like that factors into it as well. Nick says actually it is proven Goku can lift Thor's hammer. I'm pretty sure that it's impossible for there to be actual like proof in quotes, because obviously they are characters from two completely different universes, so I don't think there could be actual proof that he could lift it. But again, the way it's worded because of the comics is different. Like, Stan Lee said Goku can beat Superman. Okay, but then if Toriyama says Superman can beat Goku, then... Plus Stan Lee is from Marvel, not DC, so Stan Lee is not really qualified to talk about who can and can't beat Goku in a fight, because he's never written a Superman comic as far as I'm aware. I know DC and Marvel have actually done some like crossovers in the past, but as far as I'm aware, Stan Lee hasn't written a Superman comic. Maybe he has. Why do you not use STR Rose? I don't use STR Rose because I use Chaozu and Jacko on the team to basically serve as free ghost ushers. And if you run the Strength Rose, his leader skill won't activate unless you have an extreme character of every colour. Which means that there would be no leader skill active, so nobody would get any key or anything. So... Doesn't he train with Thor's hammer on the Kai planet? I mean, considering the fact that they break the Z sword fairly easily, I don't think the the Z sword is comparable to Thor's hammer. I saw a video titled "Why Goku Shouldn't Be in Smash." The reason was, and now we are left in suspense as to what the reason was. I feel like with the characters that they added in the last one, they put in like Ryu from Street Fighter, Cloud from Final Fantasy. I mean, they've already crossed over so many different things. I don't see why there would be a real reason that he can't be in it. So, who needs STR Rose? Me on Global. Yeah, fortunately I have pulled the STR one. I haven't pulled Vegito Blue, but I'm not too fussed about chasing Vegito Blue because we have the LR one and he's good enough for me. So once I pick up some more stones, I'd rather do summons for dupes on the Rose banner than try and chase Vegito Blue because his banner has been absolutely terrible for me. I've just pulled absolute trash. So if they add Goku, they'll want Superman because they want Goku and Superman to fight, and then because Superman is in it, they're going to want Superman and Batman and then Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Nintendo is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, gaming company in the world. So if they wanted to put Goku in it, just because some other people wanted them to put Superman in it, doesn't mean they would. Who knows? I don't know if Superman would really be an appropriate character for Smash Bros. I mean, you could argue that Goku isn't either, I guess, but you know, Batman, Spider-Man, they're all owned by Marvel. Marvel is friends with Disney, so Disney characters are gonna have to be in Smash. Yeah, I can't see that happening, but who knows? We're gonna have the dwarves fight. Yeah, move over Ice Climbers. We're gonna have the 7 dwarfs from Snow White as a character in Smash Bros. That would be very, very odd. I got every featured but Vegito currently using STR Rose. Yeah, I think I pulled every featured unit from Rose's banner. The only good unit I pulled from Vegito Blue's banner was STR Ultima Gohan, which I was happy with because I didn't have him, so everyone give me Super Saiyan 4 Goku friends. Well, my Super Saiyan 4 Goku has no dupes and is not particularly good. Cinderella versus Superman. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that getting out of hand very quickly. I can't imagine that, even if they did do a deal with Disney, which I couldn't see happening, it would probably only be for one character, because Nintendo obviously puts a lot of their own characters in, and then they have guest characters here and there. But I don't think they would include multiple characters from Disney if they did ever put one in. Let's see. So we got Metal. Oh, okay. We'll go for you first, Metal Cooler Army. Guess we'll just go for that. Gonna have to calm it down a little bit, Gogeta, because you're verging on the levels of taste that I will accept. Have them add Mickey, and then his final smash is the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse song, and it instantly makes you win. Oh god. I feel like if they were gonna actually add anything Disney related, then it would be like Kingdom Hearts related, I think. That seems like the more appropriate like thing that they have that would fit well in Smash. Because obviously, I mean, they had Cloud in there before, so you could have Sora and then have his final Smash involve Goofy and Donald, maybe. Who would win, Thanos or Zeno? Well, again, it's kind of hard to... like, if Thanos has the Infinity Gauntlet, then essentially both characters can instantly erase people in a split second, so... I mean, it's kind of difficult to... whoever clicks their fingers first wins, I guess. Like... Oh, this is very bad. Actually, if we do that... then we can do that, and then we can do that. So that works. What about Future King Thanos? I don't know a huge amount about Future King Thanos. I've heard him mentioned in like power scaling things before. I know he's like the most powerful version of Thanos, isn't he? So I don't really know a lot about him, to be honest. Plus, we don't really know much about Zeno other than the fact that he is supposed to be the most powerful being in the Dragon Ball universe, but we still don't really know a huge amount about him. So Zeno is way faster than Thanos. I mean, again, that's not necessarily true, because we see in the Tournament of Power that, I can't remember which fight it is. Is it Kefla versus Goku? I can't remember. But there's a certain fight in the Tournament of Power where Zeno basically says that he can't see the fighting that's happening. And so obviously, normally you would assume that in Dragon Ball that means that if you can't see somebody, like two people fighting, they are faster than you. So I guess it all depends how fast Thanos actually is, which again is something that I don't really know. So I couldn't really speak to that. I think we're gonna have to item up just because I have no idea what is going on in this rotation. So I don't think the metal coolers will deal too much damage for us. So he is stronger than normal Thanos with the gauntlet. Wow, okay, then he is obviously insanely powerful. So I don't know. Again, I guess it doesn't really matter how much more powerful you are. Once you get to the point where you can snap your fingers people out of existence, then you're kind of on an even playing field, I would assume. But away from Super Shenron. What's away from Super Shenron? Okay, let's do this. I could have gone for the orb changer, but then we'd get the ultimate super, which actually I guess that would have been fine, but we can always use that again. Does that say Zalama? Zalama? So if he had the Infinity Gauntlet, who would win? Well, again, I mean, that's what I'm saying, is if he had the Infinity Gauntlet, then he can snap his fingers and make somebody not exist anymore. And Zeno can snap his fingers and make somebody not exist anymore. So it's kind of difficult to say who would win in a fight, because they both have the exact same ability. So I guess it would just depend on who's faster, but I guess technically if Zeno can't see like Ultra Instinct level Goku fighting, and old King Thanos is, you know, one of the most powerful things in the Marvel Universe, then maybe he's faster. I mean, it's one of those things I don't really know enough about. I don't know enough about Thanos, and we haven't really been told enough about Zeno to really know what the what the cap on their powers really is. So Gogeta. Gogeta maybe. Vegito would obviously have a slightly better chance, but Thanos might drop his guard, judging by the look and talk of the Omni King. Yeah, that is potentially a thing as well. Like, I personally don't like the design of Thanos. I'm not a big fan of when anime do that, where they have like a cutesy little character who is like insanely powerful. I'm not a huge fan of that that trope. So I'm not really a fan of Zeno. Gogeta fusion lasts longer. Well, that's debatable, because both fusions can run out faster depending on how much power the characters output. So they technically both don't really have a set time limit anymore, because they basically did that in Super. In Super they sort of messed around with how the Vegito fusion works, and then in GT they unfused as Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in shorter time. But yeah, Vegito's time limit is supposed to be an hour, and Gogeta's is supposed to be half an hour. But no, the fusion dance is not 1 minute, it's 30 minutes. Damn, still going strong. Yeah, we had a bit of an issue with the stream crashing, but we came back. So, but yeah, I mean, the thing is, I guess the time limit is maybe not necessarily an issue, because Vegito, if you take the exact same power level Goku and Vegeta and like double them, so they're two separate, and then they fuse into Gogeta and Vegito, and they were both the same, like those two Gokus and two Vegetas were the exact same power level and everything. Vegito is more powerful than Gogeta. That is just a straight up fact. It's listed in the official guides and like power level ratings and stuff. Like, the Vegito fusion is more powerful than the Gogeta fusion. It's not to say that you can't think Gogeta is cooler. Like, I think the design of Gogeta is cooler, but the Vegito fusion is more powerful. So we're going to restore our stamina, probably for the last time. I don't know how much longer I'm going to grind it out, but Gogeta and Vegito hentai exists. Yeah, I'm pretty sure hentai exists of most pairings of male protagonists in anime. That's kind of just always going to be a thing, I think. So, let's see. Can we find ourselves another Broly? Easy A Broly will do, but the LR Broly is preferred. Oh, it's not looking good. We might have actually reached the point where we have run out of Broly friends and guests, which is not great. Alright, well, let's take a Rosé friend then and see how we get on. Their power is not doubled. No, the fusion is not double. It's not like a double multiplier or anything. I wish they just left it at they unfused because of Boo's stomach acids. Because Fuse Zamasu would get wrecked. Well, that's the thing, is the whole thing about the stomach acid thing, like, that's something that we always just kind of assumed was why they unfused. They never actually specifically said that that was why. I think Goku or Vegeta might have said that they thought that was why, but there was never actually any official like confirmation that that's why they unfused. But yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I know a lot of people weren't happy about the Potara like retcon thing in Super, but I don't really mind it, because it's one of those things where it's kind of annoying when series do that. But it's easy enough for them to just say, you know, oh, the Elder Kai who told you about how the Potara works back in Dragon Ball Z didn't actually know what he was talking about, and this is how it actually works. So, like, it's not really a retcon, it's just kind of like an update, but Gogeta is hot. Well, I mean, they do look kind of the same. It is an interesting point to note the fact that we never actually see a base form Gogeta, because the instant that they fuse in Fusion Reborn, they're already a Super Saiyan, and then obviously in GT they're already a Super Saiyan 4. So we never actually see base form Gogeta. So basically that says Goku Black is a god. Theirs was infinite. Yeah, see, that's one of the things. So that's one of the things that's a big difference between the anime and the manga. Is in the anime, they consider Goku Black, because he's Zamasu's soul in Goku's body, he is still considered to be Zamasu, which is why their fusion is infinite. Whereas in the manga, their fusion isn't infinite, and it actually they say that it's going to run out because Goku Black is immortal. So that is very, that's one of the very many differences between the anime and the manga. So, doesn't Zeno take time to erase? Thanos one is instant. I'm not really sure. I guess in the anime they do it in, because when he erases the universes and stuff, he does it in like a dramatic sort of way. He doesn't do it in a way where like he's trying to get rid of them as quickly as possible. So I guess we don't know if he was trying to erase somebody as quickly as possible. Maybe he can do that. I'm not really sure, but. Would you rather Vegeta Blue's final Kamehameha kill Fuse Zamasu, or just have Rage Trunks? So I didn't like the ending with the Rage Trunks Spirit Sword thing. I wouldn't have minded it so much if they'd actually given like a proper explanation for it, but it just kind of happens, and they don't really explain it. So I mean, personally, I think it probably would have been cooler to just have Vegeta Blue take him out and just have that fight be longer. Maybe they could have, I don't know, I guess they built up Merge Zamasu to be pretty powerful at that point, because maybe they could have had it where they fight him as base form Vegito for a little bit, and then when he starts to overpower them, then they go blue, and then they end up beating him. But because it was cool to see Vegito again, and it was cool to see Vegito blue, but he wasn't around for very long, so. Look how fast he deleted Frost. Yeah, that is a good point. Because Frost was going to fire a Ki Blast down into the battleground, wasn't he? And then Zeno just erased him, like, pretty quickly. So that is a good point. Oh yeah, I saw there is a video stream earlier already. Yeah, unfortunately my PC just crashed while we were about half an hour in. And obviously once you stop streaming for a good minute or so, it then just cuts it off and then saves it as a separate video. So by the time I managed to load my PC up and restart it, it technically counts as a separate stream. So if you are only joining us now, check out part 1. It's not super long. So hi Francis, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. How long is the stream going to last? I would say probably until we finish this particular run. So are we on the semi-finals now? It depends how long, because I was going to, again, like I normally do, I was going to stream for about an hour, and it's been an hour and 10 minutes, I think. Yes, Vegito would be stronger, but it would be, is Super Vegito stronger than Kaioken times 20 blue? Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends. If you're talking about this, if it's the same Goku, so if it's the Goku that can go Kaioken times 20, and then he fuses with Vegeta, sorry. I mean, are we taking it? Is it the Vegeta that can become Super Saiyan Blue Evolution? Because if they fuse into Vegito, then obviously they're going to be insanely powerful. And then Super Saiyan Multiplier on top of that is going to be even more powerful. So I think it's probably pretty hard to say, but I did watch an interesting video that basically suggests that by the end of the Tournament of Power, Goku and Vegeta, like on their own fighting together, have surpassed Vegito Blue from the Goku Black saga. because Jiren is probably way more powerful than Merge Zamasu, and they end up fighting him on their own. Well, obviously not on their own, but together. So let's see. Yeah, that was the semi-final. So we got the finals now. I probably don't have time to do another full run, but I guess it depends. Let's have a look. I think Vegito is stronger. Possibly. I'll probably watch it once I start doing the World Tournament. Want to get those rewards, but watching one super attack over and over again is boring. Yeah, exactly. That's why I've been having so much fun streaming the World Tournament, because it's so much more fun, like, doing it and then, like, chatting to you guys rather than just sitting and grinding. Because, yeah, it is, the World Tournament nowadays is pretty much just watch Broly super attack over and over again until you win. So it's definitely a bit more fun to do it like this. So I want to know what would be awesome. Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Kaioken times 20 full power Vegito. Yeah, that'd be insane. You got to cut that stuff out, Gogeta. Jokes or not, we got to keep it at least somewhat family friendly. Wishful thinking, why couldn't they make 6 minutes last 6 episodes for the Vegito Blue versus Merge Zamasu fight like they did for the Tournament of Power? Yeah, it definitely would have been better to have Vegito Blue around a bit longer. So Vegeta is stronger than Goku. He got all that pride. I very much wish that Vegeta was stronger than Goku. And whilst he has surpassed him a couple of times in Super, I feel like by the end of the Tournament of Power, it's pretty safe to say that Goku is on top of him again. So technically, Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan could go on top of Ultra Instinct. Maybe. I mean, I guess one of the things, we don't really know enough about Ultra Instinct to know whether they could use transformations and stuff on top of it, because it's I mean, it is a technique, not a transformation, kind of. I don't know. It's weird. Because I guess they do refer to it. I mean, in Dokkan it's referred to as a transformation anyway, but yeah, I'm not sure if you can stack the various forms on. Yeah, I think that is that's definitely your last warning, Gogeta. When the movie comes in December, do you think it will go mainstream this time to theatres? So over here we got Resurrection of F in the cinema, but I know there's been some talk on Twitter that the movie might not come out in the rest of the world at the same time that it comes out in Japan. But hopefully, after the success of with the success of Resurrection of F when it came out in the cinema, hopefully it will come out here as well. But so you thought of Kaioken and Super Saiyan a long time ago. Well, I mean, so the only thing about that is the Kaioken and Super Saiyan is only from the filler, so it's not technically canon. So technically Goku has never used Kaioken and Super Saiyan at the same time, at least in Z. And then obviously in Super he uses Kaioken with Super Saiyan Blue, but Kaioken is the technique that he learned from King Kai that technically anyone could learn. Although, I mean, I guess technically anyone could learn Ultra Instinct from the way they describe it, but I think it's, again, it's one of those things where they haven't really told us enough about Ultra Instinct to really know how it works, but I'm sorry. Okay, well, I'll accept your apology this time. Toriyama just hates Vegeta and won't let him be strong. Yeah, I remember that was a famous thing that he said a few years back, that he doesn't actually like Vegeta that much. So the chances of him, I know when Resurrection of F came out, everyone was hoping that it was going to finally be Vegeta's time to shine and actually defeat an opponent. And I must admit, when I first watched it in the cinema, I was getting incredibly hyped when Vegeta was beating down Frieza, and I actually thought that he was going to finally kill him, but then they had to pull that whole planet destruction, time rewind, Goku saves the day crap, which I was not really happy with, but I guess that's always going to be Vegeta's fate at this point. So okay, so we need to work some of these orbs down together and then use this right here, and then we will target Rose because we might get the Ultra Super. Okay, no we didn't, that's all good. Vegeta is on top, but Goku has Ultra Instinct. Mystic is back from the dentist already, that was pretty quick. He does like Vegeta because right now he's on top. Yeah, it's hard to say, because that's one of the things that they leave very unclear, is they make it seem like, because when they're fighting against Jiren together near the end, they do make it seem like Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta is basically on par with Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. So it's hard to say who is actually more powerful out of the two when they're in that stage. Strong teeth for the win. They never let Vegeta get the limelight, yeah. What's next for Vegeta? Squirrel killing him? Well, I mean, Goku basically got killed by a ray gun in Resurrection of F, so that was pretty funny, but... oh, well, we got Chaozu again, so that works out nicely. Drop that green down, and then Broly will take care of business. But yeah, I'm very interested to see where they go with the movie. Obviously, if it does come out in the cinemas over here, I'll definitely be going to see it. So, yeah, going by Dokkan Battle, that is Super Saiyan God Evolution Vegeta is much better than Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. So that is very true. How can someone get 315 rounds? The most I've gotten is 165. Wow. I'm fighting someone using a weird free-to-play GT team, not bonus. Baby Vegeta leader, then all the possessed Saiyans, Pan and Super Saiyan Trunks GT. That's interesting. So one of the things I heard, JCV, is the guy who's number 1 is one of the guys from that really annoying Facebook group that always comments on all of the official Dokkan Battle posts, and I saw somebody in that group basically saying that he gets other people to use his account like while he's at work or asleep, so basically his account is just playing like 24/7, so that's probably the only way you can do it. Will I get banned? Get banned for what? Let's use this is a bad joke. As long as you keep the chat relatively clean, you will not get banned anytime soon. But try and keep it somewhat appropriate. If Dokkan actually had anime power levels, the best LR would be LR Beerus and Whis. Yeah, probably. But I mean, if Dokkan had accurate power levels, like half the characters would just be completely useless. Stream the movie. Yeah, I'll record the movie on my phone in the cinema. I mean, it's not going to be out until the end of the year, so I mean, I'm looking to branch out into some other Dragon Ball related content. Like, I'm definitely going to do Legends stuff, and I might do some Fighters stuff at some point. But I will probably put up a review for the movie once I go see it, if that's something that you guys would be interested in hearing. I'm sure I'll go and see it with at least 1 or 2 of my friends, so maybe I'll do a thing where I just record us chatting about it afterwards or something, maybe. I guess we'll have to see closer to where the time comes. So, streaming that USA never gets any of the good DBZ. Most of the LRs would suck. What about Multiverse? What do you mean, the manga, the fan-made one? I do actually read that. I haven't read it for a little while though. I need to catch up. But where do you live? I live in England. Weirus, that is technically true. Weirus would be stronger than the LR Beerus and Whis because it's Whis and Beerus fused together. So Angel Golden Frieza versus the Masked Saiyan. Cough cough, go 10. Well, I mean, if you're going by the Masked Saiyan from Dragon Ball Heroes, I think we mentioned this in a thing the other day, but the Masked Saiyan from Dragon Ball Heroes is insanely powerful. Like, he can swap hands with Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, so he could probably beat Golden Frieza. If we're talking about Xenoverse level of power Masked Saiyan, then he'd probably not beat Golden Frieza, but because you got to remember, Golden Frieza is like Super Saiyan Blue level, and Masked Saiyan from Xenoverse is not Super Saiyan Blue level, so if you spoil anything, Beerus will come to Hakai your ass. Yeah, no, I won't be doing any spoilers. I am not a fan of spoilers. So, are you going to challenge me on Dragon Ball Legends? Yeah, man. I mean, I will see how I get into it. I will probably just be free to play on it. It all depends. But Iron Man dies in Infinity Gauntlet. Is that? I'm assuming that's part of the comics, because obviously, I was going to say, when I first saw that, it almost looked like a spoiler, but not only is it not correct, but the movie's not actually called Infinity Gauntlet, so I'm not sure whether you mean the actual comic book storyline. But if Bandai really needs money, everybody start making Xenoverse 4 and Dokkan Battle 2. No, they need to never make Dokkan Battle 2, they just need to keep making content for Dokkan Battle, because otherwise all of the money that we spent on Dokkan Battle 1 will be wasted, so that would be bad. So Matt Zaful with the subscription, thanks a lot, dude. Welcome to the 1000 Mortals plan. We are on our way. Yes, I said Infinity Gauntlet, not War. Yeah, that is the comic, isn't it? Because I don't think the second movie has an official name yet. So, but since the movies often do things differently from the comics, there's no guaranteeing that something that happens in the comic book version is going to happen in the movie, because they do like to mix it up from time to time. So, I guess we will have to wait and see. He dies in the comic. I was hoping he died in the movie. I can't stand him. Iron Man's great. What are you talking about? He's the lovable asshole that everybody loves to hate. I don't know. I'm a big fan of Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Seen the movie 2 times already. It is pretty good. That is true. I've only seen it the once, so I'm definitely interested to see it again before it's out of the cinemas, which I can't imagine will be any time soon, because it's absolutely wrecking the like box office records and stuff. So. You sound like you're from London. Not quite. I am in a town that is about an hour's train away from London. So the second movie is called Infinity Gauntlet. I'm pretty sure it's not, actually, because I saw an article, I think it was IGN, although they're not necessarily always the most reputable source, but they say that it was apparently Kevin, is it Feige or Feige? I don't know, said in an interview that whilst he hasn't revealed the name of the second movie, he has said that it isn't called Infinity Gauntlet. So everyone hand out 1,000 stones and 5 purple dragon stones. Wouldn't that be nice? 1,000 stones and 5 purple dragon stones. That'd be glorious. I could finally get Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. You just spoiled that you don't spoil. I don't know if that is a spoiler in itself, but yes. Spoiler alert, I don't like spoilers. Although I say that, but I do accidentally spoil things for my friends all the time, which is unfortunate. But I don't do it on purpose. It's like we'll be talking about a movie that everybody there I know has seen except like one person, and we'll have been talking about it for like a good 5 minutes. So I assume that everyone's seen it, so then I'll say something that is a spoiler, only for that one person to be like, oh yeah, I haven't actually seen it yet. It's just like, oh, well, maybe you should have said something like right at the beginning of the conversation, but get all the dupes for Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Yeah, just use all 5 purple stones getting Super Saiyan 4 Vegetas. But I still don't have Tech Angel Goku either, so I would probably have to spend at least one of those. When will we get the purple stone? We get the purple stone on the 3-year anniversary, but you don't get it. You have to buy one of the stone packs, and it's going to be the one that's like $50. So yeah, be ready for that, because you do not get it for free. So how good is STR Ultimate Gohan? I mean, he's good, but it depends on what units you have. I mean, I'm not even entirely sure what constitutes as spoilers at this point for Infinity War, so I'm just going to remove them. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is good. Obviously, he is the Super AGL leader, so if you don't have him, it makes any events where you have to use a Super AGL team very difficult. The Super AGL Super Battle Road is the only one that I haven't done. And I basically can't do it because I don't have Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta or LR Goten and Trunks. I've tried many times. We did a stream the other day where we went for almost 2 hours and I still couldn't do it. So try hard. I'm not really trying very hard. We're just super attacking with Broly over and over again until we win. So I want that free healer Bulma back, so I can get her. Yeah, no, that event does come back. It's been back on JP. It wasn't that long ago. But it's J-Fanta. I like the fact he tried to correct the spelling of J-Fanta and spell it wrong again. But spelled properly me. So yeah, how's it going, dude? Welcome. I think yet again you've managed to come in right near the end. Because we've been going for almost an hour and a half now. So dude, stop with the spoilers. I don't know if you're trying to get yourself banned, but I'm using that stone for Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Yeah, I will use it on one of the ones I still don't have if I get to that point, but it depends, I guess, once the 3-year comes who we actually have. J-Fanta, go to your free-to-play life. Hey, the free-to-play king. Yeah, he's. I've put him in a timeout now, so I've not had to ban anyone yet, so I was kind of reluctant. But yeah, if he doesn't cut it out, that's. Both you and JCV are tryhards. I'm ranked like 30k. Yeah, to be fair, I haven't been grinding it anywhere near as hard as I had before, but that's only because the Trunks reward is so bad. Spoiler alert, Batman kills Thanos. Yeah, Batman just comes over from the DC universe and gets some anti-Infinity Stone spray from his utility belt and saves the day. So, also I got 2 Mars Saiyans off of singles on the Rose banner. What? So Mars Saiyan is one of those unfeatured units that I really wish I could actually pull again, because I pulled him from his banner when he first came out, the one with Tech Angel Goku, and that's, I don't know how long ago now, months and months ago, and despite the number of summons that I've done and the fact that he is in the general SSR pool, I've never pulled a dupe for him. And obviously, as you may have guessed from the theme of the channel, I'm rather a fan of the Mars Saiyan, so I would actually quite like to get dupes and you know, potentially rainbow him at some point, but kind of have to actually pull dupes of him to be able to do that, so that isn't going to happen. It's not happening anytime soon. Fools out there with them comments, yeah. Can't wait for Deadpool 2, just a few more days. Yeah, definitely. I sometimes try not to watch trailers because obviously they do have like some of the good jokes in them, but I kind of couldn't resist and have watched all of the Deadpool 2 trailers, so I'm pretty hyped for that, to be honest. So, I got 2 Tech SSR Beerus from the Vegito banner. Ooh. Yeah, that is not the Tech featured unit that you want to pull from that banner. So, I think I managed to get 2 of him as well. That's why I was saying my summons on that banner were particularly bad, because I think I pulled 2 Tech Beeruses. I pulled some really bad unfeatured SSRs, and then I pulled Strength Ultimate Gohan, and I pulled the final dupe for my physical Sealer Gotenks, which is pretty good, but I don't have a ton of physical orbs spare, so I haven't actually rainbowed him yet. But the trailers are too hilarious, though. Yeah, the trailers are great. Like, I am really hyped. I mean, I was gonna be hyped to see it anyway because I really liked the first one, but definitely hyped. So when I want a card, I cover the screen when I summon and go to my summon history, and I saw a Tech SSR. I thought that's a very interesting way to do your summons. Well, the friend Broly that has a dupe will clear up the rest of this trash. So that is one more run fully completed, and we have that puts us at about an hour and a half overall. Considering the error and the stream getting split into 2 parts. So is my Tech King Piccolo SA10? No, he is not SA10. I pulled, so back in the day when I was first playing it and doing summons from the tickets banner, I think I actually did pull Demon King Piccolo twice, but the hidden potential system was either not a thing, or I still didn't know enough about the game to really know what he did, so I just fed him in and made him Super Attack 2. And I do use him on the Resurrected Warriors team as a key support, but I haven't put any Kais or anything into him, so if only Demon King Piccolo was farmable. I mean, yeah, if he was farmable, then absolutely I'd get into SA10, but I'm still trying to get LR Broly, but can't get good luck. Yeah, unfortunately, LR pulls are very rare unless you're JCB Goku. So, best free-to-play LR besides Vegito Blue. J Fanta, what do you think? You are the free-to-play king. I'm trying to think. So you got Goku, the androids, Frieza, Hercule. Interesting. I'm trying to think who you can get the most use out of on optimal teams. So I guess Frieza. Well, yeah, Spirit Bomb Goku, I guess, technically, because he is technically a free-to-play LR. And if you want to split hairs, technically the physical Kid Gohan is a free-to-play LR, except he's not, because you can't get him if you're free-to-play. So yeah, technically it would be 1000 Day Goku, but obviously not many people are going to have him, so I'm assuming that we are not including him. So I would say it's probably either Frieza or the androids, just because they work really well on Extreme Strength and Extreme AGL. Goku is obviously decent, but he's not optimal really on Super Tech anymore. Piccolo is okay, but there are so many powerful units on Super Int that you probably don't really need him either. So I got an LR and I'm free to play. That's pretty good. It's I mean, that's the thing, is it's like anything on this game. It's a lot of it just comes down to RNG. So you know, sometimes you get lucky and you pull them super quick, and sometimes you spend thousands and thousands of stones and you don't get them at all. So I definitely don't recommend people chase LRs. I was really hyped to get LR Black and Zamasu when he first dropped and his featured banner came to global, and it took me 1,000 stones to get him. So chasing LRs is not really good value. So I mean, in those 1,000 stones I did also pull my first LR Margin Vegeta, but I also did a stream, it's one of my previous videos, I did a stream for the Bojack banner and I did 750 stones and just pulled absolute garbage. So I would choose androids over Frieza just because of art. Still one of the, yeah, the art for the LR androids is awesome. Plus I use my LR androids on my extreme AGL team, and they, you know, when they crit they hit for over 1 million easy, so it's not bad. My friend got LR Gohan back when he was ranked 24, and he only said, oh yay, then Nanogenics pulls him and he goes, ah, OMG, finally, LR Gohan. Yeah, I actually know somebody who, when the Super Saiyan 4s came out and Gohan was on that weird like waifu ticket banner, one of my friends actually pulled Gohan on their first summon on that banner, so I was incredibly salty about that, but there you go. So I don't know if Jay Fanta is still here. I'm interested to see what he thinks is the best free-to-play LR, but maybe he just popped in to say hi, but yeah, I think it comes down to probably the androids or Frieza. And the androids are definitely easier to get, especially because we did have that campaign for them. So if you were playing it around then, you should probably have them, Rainbow. Whereas Frieza, his campaign came to JP recently, which means we're not going to get it for a while. Because you get extra bonus drops for using the free-to-play Ginyu Force, which we don't have. So we kind of need to get them before we can get the LR Frieza campaign. So I'm sorry for spoiling. Well, just please refrain from doing it again. Will you summon on the UI Goku banner? Oh, absolutely. I got shafted when the banner came out at Christmas. I went like 500 stones and loads of tickets and I didn't get him. I did get a load of good stuff from that banner, but I didn't get Ultra Instinct Goku. So if his banner does indeed come back next week, I will be going pretty hard for him. I would at least like to get him and one dupe, but I guess it depends how lucky I get and how many stones I decide to buy. But I got Ultra Instinct on a single using 5 stones. Yeah, see, on JP I did, because my JP account's free to play and I don't really play it, but JP, the Ultra Instinct Goku banner, is like the only time ever, even on my global, that I've actually pulled the main unit from a banner on the first single. But so that was pretty good, but unfortunately, like I say, that was on my JP account, and then when he came to global, I went loads and loads of stones and didn't get him. So is it confirmed that his Dokkan along with the banner comes in about a week? So it's not 100% confirmed, which is the only reason why I haven't done a video on it yet. The information seems to have been data mined, and they've gone into the schedule on DBZ Space, which is pretty much from, you know, from what we know from the past, that's like a 99% confirmation that it is going to happen. But I normally don't do videos on that sort of stuff until it is 100% confirmed, because obviously I don't want to do a video where we go through the banner and the awakening and all that stuff, and then it doesn't come out, and then people will be like, oh, you said that it was coming out on this day and then it didn't. So wait and see until it's actually announced, and then I'll do a more detailed video where we go over the banner and the details of the awakening. Because obviously the interesting thing about him, if he does actually drop like his awakening, that means that we're getting the transformation mechanic before the 3-year and the LRs come out. I have seen some people speculating that maybe they'll give him his awakening but he won't get the transformation part, but that would, honestly, that would be terrible if they did that. That'd be to be released all over again, so hopefully they don't do that. But I guess we kind of have to just wait and see at this point. So what I need, UI Goku and the Masked Ningen. You heard it here first, guys. Ningen confirmed it. No, I absolutely did not confirm it. I did the opposite. So goodbye, I love you all. Goodbye, Gogeta. You are, as long as you keep it clean and keep it spoiler free, you are more than welcome to come back anytime. So but yeah, I mean, we are pretty much wrapped up now. I just wanted to keep the conversation going, but I will be calling it a day. As I mentioned earlier, although it might have ended up being in part 1 at this point, I worked a night shift, a 12-hour night shift last night, so now that the stream is over, I am going to go to bed. So you confirmed it. No, I didn't. What do you think of the Easy A's of the family Kamehameha units? They're all very solid. I do have all 3 of them. No dupes or anything. Just slowly working on getting them all to Super Attack 10. So they definitely look pretty solid. I don't think they will be... They're not going to be optimal on any of the teams, I don't think. But I guess it depends. Because like I know some people already have, like, say the Gohan, for example, rainbowed. So when he's easy, if you have him Easy Aid and rainbowed, then you probably could find a spot for him on the optimal Super AGL team. Or at least Hybrid Saiyans team. So who knows. But they definitely look solid. So... all I heard was blah blah confirmed. I predict UI Goku won't have a passive, meaning his unawakened form will be better. Yeah, see, that would be awful. Like, even if they only gave him the first part of his passive, like the stat increases and stuff, but just not the transformation, like that would still be bad. But if they gave him no passive, then that would be terrible. Like, as much as Akatsuki makes some odd choices when it comes to global, I would have to think that they wouldn't do that, because... yeah, if you awaken him and he then has no passive, that would be terrible. So, I don't know. I have Sats in 14 days. Oof. I remember those days. Or SATs, I guess, if you're in America. I'm pretty sure I've only ever heard Americans refer to them as SATs, whereas we just call them Sats. But that would be to be released 2.0. Yeah, exactly. It would just be to be released all over again, which would be terrible. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. It's great chatting to you guys, as always. But now that we are done with the tournament runs that we wanted to do, I definitely do need to go to bed. Because like I say, I have worked a 12-hour night shift and then come home and streamed for over an hour and a half. So getting pretty sleepy. So... but we will obviously be back, like I said, in probably part 1. There will be a video going up tomorrow morning of one of the challenge runs that I did on times 30 difficulty with a very odd team. So look forward to that. And hopefully we'll get some news once the tournament officially ends and the rewards are distributed. Hopefully we'll get some news on the actual upcoming events. But until then, I'll still be... daily Dokkan uploads. Definitely take recommendations. If you guys want to comment on future videos about stuff you'd like to see in the streams, then that is all good as well. So great stream, thank you so much. Hey man, no worries. Like I said, streaming the World Tournament makes it much more fun to play for me. So thank you guys for hanging out and chatting to me while I grind through the tournament. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And I will see you all again soon. Yes, there's Nick. He knows my sign off. So I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.